Hi, everybody! Hello! And welcome to Perfectly Queer in the first episode of season 2!
I can't believe it. We're here, Ashley. We
We're
made it.
here! We did it! Oh my
Uh,
god. I'm so excited. Welcome, friends. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. My gosh. So wonderful
happy
to see some.
Thursday or happy time zone.
Yes,
Because
merry
for
time
some of you,
zone.
it might be Friday.
Yeah, some of y'all are vibing in the future and love that for you. For us, it is Thursday. Beautiful Thursday. Um, yeah. Blizz, would you like to start introducing yourself?
Yeah, I'll definitely introduce myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Blizz. My pronouns are he, him, and gosh, what do I do on Twitch? That's such a good question.
Much.
I'm a just chatting main mostly, but I do focus on covering true crime cases, watching reaction videos, and I like to play a little bit of chaotic and cozy games. So Stardew Valley is gonna be my main, or anything that will make me like jump out of my chair scared is my thing as well. But yeah, I just like to talk a lot.
Love it.
Ashley, what about you? Who are you, Ashley?
Hi, I'm Ashley. Ashley Roboto. Pronouns she, her, or they, them. Kind of whatever at least suits your fancy. I am also kind of like a just chatting main. I usually do that for at least an hour or two on my streams because I also like to talk, but I like to say that kind of similar. My two vibes are either very cozy and chill or horrific and terrifying. So, you'll either be like greeted with like cozy like Minecraft or like farming sims, or I will be teaching you the in-depth and intricate lore of the Silent Hill series, and that's horrendous and horrific. So, that's kind
Yeah,
of my vibe.
I would say we were in a meeting earlier and like I went, oh yeah, Ashley and we just talk so much. And I was like, wait, I didn't mean that as a mean thing. I just meant we're both just chatting kids at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So we love a good conversation with the community.
it's
So
true. It's so much
that's
fun
what's
and it's
up.
nice bonding time. So, heck yeah. But welcome on in, friends. I love to see all these beautiful folks in the chat. I hope you're all having the best time. My gosh. Well, that's, us. But I mean, we can also get into what the heck this vodcast is and all that good nonsense. So,
Yeah.
this is Perfectly Queer, as you can see, and we're a vodcast for the LGBTQ plus youth. This is run by the It Gets Better Project as well. And we'll take you on a little journey through LGBTQ news, art, little fun things, wonderful things, and we'll have some special guests. And we're going to be live every other Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah. And if you do not know what It Gets Better Project is about, I got you. So it got its start in 2010 when the first It Gets Better video went viral. Since then, tens of thousands of queer people have shared their stories about how things got better for them to encourage the queer youth on their own journeys. The nonprofit uplifts, empowers, and connects queer youth around the globe and envisions a world where all queer people, all queer youth are free to live equally and worth know their worth basically, and their power as individuals.
Hell yeah.
So just to kind of give you a little bit of three categories that It Gets Better project fits into: there's storytelling, education, and global. So for storytelling, It Gets Better project still shares short stories from queer people around the world. You can watch them on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and the It Gets Better project website at itgetsbetter.org. And then there's education as well. The education program is aimed to bring queer education to young people, including a whole queer glossary. Oh my God, on their websites, free downloadable
Oh,
lessons, plans for
look,
classrooms, and GSA Club. Oh my God, that's so amazing.
we love
That's so
taking the
amazing.
weight off of individual LGBTQ folks on educating the masses. You can just
Yes.
like what does this mean? It's like go just look here. It's
Look,
great. So
the
go check that
resources
out.
there for
Also,
you.
real quick aside, Nova Jones, thank you for those gift subs. I saw those in the chat.
Thanks, Nova.
Wonderful. Thank you. Um, but going
Oh,
back to the three categories, there's also global, and It Gets Better project isn't just in the US. I'm in Canada, so I'd hope not. But yeah, It Gets Better has affiliate organizations in 19 different countries around the world to connect LGBTQ youth globally, which is fantastic and amazing.
Yeah, I also want to
Amazing.
mention like this entire podcast too. This is season 2 of this podcast, and
Yes.
we're like the hosts of this season 2, which is pretty amazing. Thanks for having us, by the way. I really, really appreciate it. But we're excited to learn alongside with you all as
Yes.
well. Because like that's the purpose of the show. We're learning. You can never stop learning, never stop
Never
educating
should
yourself
you
on
stop
queer
learning
history.
either.
Never should you stop learning. Not to get angry on me. Never should you stop learning.
Yes. It's great. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited because, look, sometimes things get lost through the cracks. So being able to look at like news and stuff and chat with y'all and have like a back and forth and learn is I'm something very excited about, truly.
I
But
guess Ashley, I have a question for you real quick though.
yeah, what's up?
What's one of the things that you're excited about for no, not even excited about. Okay, so you're queer.
Yes, I
Just
am.
by you're queer. What is something about being queer that you just love about? You know?
I absolutely love just like the community of it. I just feel like there's a lot of experiences that you have as queer individuals that help you like meet and connect with a lot of people. And I just feel like having those shared experiences is really awesome. And that's something I really love because it's just kind of like, this is a very simplified version, but like, when like you say something that's like queer or like gay, and then you just like look at like you hear someone say like, oh my god, gay, and then they're like, oh my god, gay, and then you're like, gay, and you're so stoked about it. That's like my favorite thing ever because it happens so much and it's just like, wait a minute. Hey. And then you just feel
Okay.
connected. It's fantastic.
I love that. I guess for my answer, I would go, I love that we can just be confidently ourselves, like unapologetically ourselves, and have friends who are also unapologetically themselves too, the
Yeah.
queer friends. But yeah, no, I definitely get the validation of being like gay.
Yeah.
It's just like you see in the crowd, gay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't have to explain certain things to you because you automatically understand, and like there's zero background in some of the conversations that we have because we don't need it. We already
Yeah.
know.
We're already there. We've put the pieces together ourselves, right? So that's
Yeah.
great. Love it. I love that.
Wait,
Love it for
wait,
both.
sorry. Fletcher Codes in chat said Spider-Man pointing meme, but
But
gay.
gay.
Gay?
Yes, Fletchy. Literally. It's my freaking it's such a beautiful experience. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. But welcome to this Twitch specific podcast, by the way. Yeah, we're on Twitch and we're just here to, have a strong community on the platform, and we're gonna have like streamers who's creating safe space, learning from each other. The channel itself, not just this podcast, they'll play there are people playing games together, like doing all that kind of stuff, educating. And the It Gets Better Twitch channel has been around since October of 2021 and has already done so many things, so much work. Worked with over 100 LGBTQ streamers, and they're live on the platform 2 to 3 times a week. So even if you're not watching us on Thursdays, you can still tune into the channel and check out their other content. And there's also a slew. I just saw that it got called in the chat, but there's a slew of It Gets Better ambassadors around the website as well. I know some of them are very near and dear friends of mine. They're an incredible group of pals, so you should absolutely go check them out as well. They're great, and heck yeah, queerly beloved. I love that very much. Sorry.
No, I was watching It Gets Better. So I think Daydreamer Dan was actually doing a cooking thing on here, as well as like there's a couple of people who were playing like Coral Island. I think Ian Watson was playing Coral Island on here. Someone was doing Dead by Daylight a couple days ago on
Love
this
it.
channel, and I'm like, you can get the gaming. Look, you get gaming, you get conversations, you can get everything here. We got you.
Variety.
Variety.
Good
This is
variety,
variety
baby.
content.
Good stuff. But speaking of content, we have basically just some stuff to hang out and watch and look at together. But we have a lovely video to show you guys to jump into first, if y'all are down. And it's a beautiful video from Olivia, Julianna, and Olivia just basically will give us a little rundown of like some of the work that the It Gets Better Project does, some of just her personal like history, what she likes to do, what she does. She's great. And I'm very excited to jump into it. And there's a lot I could say, but I feel like she really just I watched the video, a little bit of it, just to make sure everything worked, and I just like listening to her speak. So let's get her to do it herself. Okay.
Not
Let me
you
jump over.
spoiling the video for yourself. What the heck?
I had to set it up. Okay, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Okay. Not you doing that.
I know. Toxic. Toxic episode 1. Okay.
Toxic episode 1.
All right, let's get into it right now.
I say with full confidence, I don't think that there are any other public figures who are activists who are my age who are plus size. I think that when it comes to being recognizable, I might be the only one. And I think, if we're gonna give, plus size girlies someone to look up to, it might as well be somebody who's bold and happy with who they are.
I love that.
Yeah, you know what? Like, hell yeah, bestie, let's go.
My name is Olivia Julianna. I'm the Director of Politics and Government Affairs at Gen Z for Change, and I'm also an abortion rights activist here in Houston, Texas. And I use she, her pronouns, and I am an openly queer Latina.
Can I just say the outfit's giving queer?
Oh, yeah, look. Yes. I love it. Being, like, it's the overalls. I literally love me some overalls.
Ashley, you have this fit.
And I'm the director of politics at this organization that is now nationally known and meeting presidents and governors and members of Congress. This is a very contentious time for political conversations concerning the LGBTQ plus community. It's not something that I would have predicted happening at this age, but
literally
I'm glad
incredible.
that it is, because young voices should be at the table. There's a misconception, I think, about being a young political figure, which is that you need to have the demeanor and the talking style of a politician. And I want to be very clear, I never said I was nice. And so I consistently watch politicians attack every facet of my identity. And Matt Gaetz is a really great example of someone who honestly went a little too far.
Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march and protest.
And I responded. I said, I'm not 5'3". I'm 5'11", 6'4" in heels. I wear them to remind small men like you of your place.
Oh!
And so from there, I started fundraising for abortion funds. I thought that we would raise a couple $1,000s, and I did not anticipate the media attention and the tangible attention that would come from this.
19-year-old abortion rights activist and political strategist Olivia Julianna.
Olivia Julianna
raised over $2.2 million for abortion rights after a Twitter battle with Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz.
It's pretty clear to the country, and it'll be clear to history in the tussle between me and Matt Gaetz, who actually ended up winning. My outward appearance is very important to me, and not necessarily in the way of I feel the need to fit beauty standards, but more so I think it's very reflective of my personality. The jewelry that I wear is big and bold and noticeable and loud. The most consistent pieces I have are my gold hoops, which are important to me, as a Latina. It's a really big part of our culture. And, a few years ago, it wouldn't have been seen as acceptable to wear those kinds of things in a professional setting. But with people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wearing them, on the House floor, and to do important things and to give important speeches.
That's wild to me. It's a hoop, man.
Yeah, it's just a hoop.
Pride to a lot
It's
of
just
young
a
Black
hoop.
women that we can wear those things because they're part of our culture. And so for me, it's important to keep that with me. And
yeah.
so growing up not only religious but also in a Mexican family, there were a lot of connotations and cultural gaps about not only, being a woman, but also being part of the LGBTQ plus community. And so when I was 18, I finally started to come to terms with the fact that, sexuality is not a choice. This is who you are. And I really started to unpack a lot of the ideas that I had from, being Christian and what it meant to identify as somebody who is openly queer, and bypassing some of the machismo that happens in Latin culture. And at that point, I just realized that, I am who I am, and my LGBTQ plus identity is just as important to me as my Latin identity, and I don't have to pick one or the other to be valid, because both of those identities are part of who I am, and I should be open with both of them and proud of both
Hell
of
yeah.
them. This is my closet, one of my greatest sources of joy in my life. I love it, I love having my nails done and having
A great color,
big,
by the way.
chunky
It's a great color.
and wearing bright colors and
Yes.
heels.
Oh, I love it.
Because it's so
love the
reflective
loudness
of
all of the
bold,
vibes.
loud, unapologetic
Unapologetically
personality
loud.
that
Yeah.
I have. And for a really long time, I was so insecure about my height. I was insecure about my size because I'm very tall and I never wore heels and I tried to hide my body. And, at some point I just realized that that was stupid and that I am who I am. And if you don't like it, that's your problem.
Absolutely.
Being so public in the work that I do and being a personality, it has benefits, but there are also downsides to it too. Every flaw that I have, every insecurity that I have, it's on a public stage. Anyone and everyone has pointed it out, and they will point it out in the future. Your outwards appearance doesn't define your value as a human. You are inherently valuable regardless of what you look like. I think it's a very Eurocentric, heteronormative thing to say that I have to fit in this box to be considered beautiful. I don't think that's true. So I think if I had to tell my younger self something, it would probably be just know that there's going to be a purpose. There's going to be a purpose that comes from all of the things that you're going through, and you just need to hold on because it does get better.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
My gosh. That was
I just had a
incredible.
moment.
I
I had a
love her.
moment of like saying the name at the end, like it gets better, and I'm like, oh, they said it. They said
Said
it.
it. The name of the movie.
It's the name of the movie.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
God.
That video got me fired up.
It did. Oh my God. The beginning got me fired up. But then there was also the relatability, because I come from a religious background as well. And having that battle of religion and sexuality was like a really big thing for me. So like I could relate to that of being like, yeah, there's a lot of trauma there, but it made me funny. So that's all that matters.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the trauma humor. Yep. You get that sense of humor, baby.
Yeah.
I feel that. I definitely was like, I wouldn't say like, like dipped in like a vat of religion growing up, because I feel like it was only half of my family. Like my dad's side was very religious, but my mom wasn't. But there was definitely still that influence of like some of those like values, I guess. So that was still like that. And also just like, I also grew up in like a smaller, like more religious town. So it wasn't even necessarily just because it wasn't like my upbringing. It was just the vibe of everybody else's. So like, that energy, there wasn't a lot of people who are queer and out or weren't back when I was growing up, especially in my little town. So yeah, it's just kind of like coming to terms with being like, hey, wait a minute, this is actually normal. Even though like I didn't know that you could be gay until I was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is his own thing, which
I
is
didn't
hilarious.
know until around like 15, maybe 17, being like, oh.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely was probably like 12 or 13 when I found out, like, I was one of those kids who like was making friends online way too young, but I found a friend who was my age, like actually, on some like the other side of the continent, but down in the States, and she was talking to me about her girlfriend when we were like 13, and I was like, "What do you mean? Explain. Tell me like I'm
Girl-
5. What are you
But
doing?"
you're a girl and you have girlfriend? Explain.
And then the second that she said that, I was like, "Oh my God, I understand. I know what's happening with me now." And so I went to my mom, like, "Mom, did you know that you could be gay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I did." What? Because it's just not something that I guess they thought to even like teach me or taught, like expose me to, because then there wasn't really anything online, which is so funny. But it was just like, being raised in a town that had a lot of religious influence that I didn't see any queer people around. Hilarious,
Yeah.
though.
Look, I get it. I mean, my cousin recently, so I have an older cousin who honestly is like a big sister to me,
Oh,
but
awesome.
she recently taught her kid, my nephew, about like, yeah, no, so two men could get married if they want to, if they really love each other. Like love is love. So he's just grown up with that being the norm and completely understanding. And I'm like,
Oh,
that's how you become a good parent. That's
yes.
good parenting right there. It's
Yes.
having that conversation. So I don't know. It's also, I want to point out in the video too, it is the ultimate flex for someone to like come after you and you're like, screw you. Also, I raised $2 billion.
Yeah. It's
And I
so
was like,
funny. I feel
okay.
like that happens so much. Is like when some shady, horrific individual tries to come for somebody, but it just reflects back on the person they're coming for in like the most glorious way. It's like, "Oh, you're being horrendous. Well, I will just raise an incredible amount of money against what you believe in." So it's
Yeah,
like, "Hi."
that's an iconic move.
It
It's an
is. Oh my
iconic
God.
move.
Incredible. Mwah. Beautiful. Love it. Oh God. And, oh, when you're 18 years small town. Yes, learning oh my gosh. I feel like that's another like shared experience. I feel like for queers that are like around our age and like a little bit like older, of like not even realizing that it was a thing that you could do or be until later on in like your youth, which is wild. And I'm just so glad that there's so much more representation nowadays
Yeah.
for it.
I want to apologize too if I burp at any time during this, because so sometimes getting nervous is completely a human thing, but my nervousness gets transformed into gas in my chest and lungs and wherever burps come from. So I am constantly burping because I'm like, oh, this is great. So I want to apologize now. You're gonna get used to it. You have so many episodes with us.
Yeah.
So you're
gotta
gonna
step
get
in.
used to the burps.
You're in it for the long haul now.
You're, if you're here, you're stuck here. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yes.
So Ashley,
Yeah.
Pride Month was a month ago. It's super weird in Austin, Texas. I'm gonna be completely honest because they celebrate Pride in August and October type of times.
Oh,
So
okay.
it wasn't really a thing. It is kind of a thing. Like they had Pride block parties down here and everything, and some bars were like 25% off on tequila shots or something like that.
Ooh,
But
spicy.
they mostly celebrated it in August for Pride. But how did you celebrate your Pride? Did you do anything? Did you celebrate yourself? Did you like what happened?
So for me, I mostly celebrated myself because I am a homebody. And my very first Pride that I ever went to was when it was World Pride in Toronto. And it was incredible. But I feel like it was a very overwhelming experience for me. So I've been a little bit cautious to go again because, traveling to Toronto and then it's just a lot of people and then I'd have to travel home. So I do a lot of my Pride celebrations, mostly on stream, just like celebrating myself and all the lovely queer angels that are in my community as well. But yeah, I, put up my flag. I decorate for Pride Month. I love to do like a lot of different like nail art because I really like to do my nails. That's one of my favorite things. So just some like queer nail art, some rainbows, some bisexual colors, do like my makeup with like the bi flag and stuff, and just like little things, little treats for myself throughout the month to be like, yes, Reminder, I'm gay. Hello, I'm queer. Look. Thank you. And that's just kind of what I do. But did you end up, I know that obviously it's not for another few days, but did you go out to celebrate Pride Month in June?
Yeah. Kind of. Like, so I did the same thing of like on Twitch, I was doing queer streams, but I feel like every stream is a queer stream, to be completely honest
Yeah.
with you. I've constantly made the joke. I'm like, oh yeah, you see this flag? It's a Italian flag. And my camera's just color coded, and people get so confused anytime I talk about that.
It's so funny.
But one of the ways that like I celebrated, just queerness and stuff like that was I went to a lot of drag shows. One of our pals, Lori Bird, is an Austin
Incredible.
drag artist, and I would go constantly to their shows and supporting them, and also supporting local drag, because the things that are happening in Texas right now, they're not fun. But everyone
Yes.
is basically trying to attack drag. And then in the long term, the reason they're attacking drag is because their next thing is to attack queer individuals, queer youth, and trans youth, and just marginalized people in general. So
It's just like a domino chain to them.
it's a domino chain. So like going to events like this and helping to support like local artists, local queer artists was my biggest goal that month. And then also like, again, streaming and just doing stuff with my partner, because it was just, I don't know, we're cute and stuff.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
That's how I did
Make
my
me shudder too.
pride, and being unapologetically bisexual and
Yes.
aro. That's it.
You're very loud. All that stuff.
Very
Also,
loud.
yeah, can we just get a quick little drag is not a crime chain in chat? That would be.
Look, drag is not a crime.
It's not. It is one of the most wonderful, wholesome things. And good Lord, like, you have not lived until you've seen a wonderful drag queen sit down and read a children's book for a bunch of kids and are like super into it, because they are performers and they are performing this novel for these children, and the children love it because it's exciting and interesting and fun, and it's just so lovely. And I hate all the things that are happening in regards
Republicans.
to that. Oh my gosh.
I'll say it, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
Oh gosh. No, I mean, the whole like conversation with that too is like they always want to bring it back to the kids.
Yeah,
And
they don't care.
literally there is more harm being done with kids and gun control versus kids and drag, which the only harm is they're getting stories read to them. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just
and
a
being
scapegoat.
told that they're important. Oh no.
Gosh.
But yeah.
It's been a Simpsons joke for like as long as I can remember. Oh, won't somebody please think of the children? It's literally like the silliest scapegoat in the world. And look, and it's one of the things that I yelled about a lot. I yell about it a lot, but especially during Pride Month, because I feel like it's very painful to admit, but I feel like this past Pride Month was one of the most harrowing ones to be like to live through for me, because I feel like every single day there was something new, some new law that was being brought into place, or just some new like, oh, this large like persona with a lot of followers online is basically like not condemning homophobia and is like promoting it and is just being horrific, and it's like, cool. Oh, and there's just like, with the way that Twitter has changed, a lot of hate comments are being pushed to you more, so it's like all you see
it's called X now. Sorry, I don't know if you were aware.
You will have to pry the word Twitter out of my cold dead hands.
It's called X actually. So
actually.
I'm sorry. I had to.
It's fine. No, I respect it. Gosh.
But yeah.
It was rough, but I feel like things like this, like podcast, where like we talk about these issues and also share queer joy is so important. Sweet God, it's so important to share queer joy, because there's so many things and so many algorithms in place that push like negative news out, so it's so much harder to see that kind of stuff. So having a little place where we can consume it ourselves and also share it with others is wonderful, because oh gosh, it's harder to find nice stories, and just being able to push those out is beautiful.
Yeah, I know recently when we were like planning for the show, we were talking about like queer prom and how that just wasn't
Yes.
a thing for us. Or for me personally, that wasn't a thing for me. And I was like, God, I wish.
Yeah.
I went to prom with my best friend and we just ended up both being queer at the end of the day. Like we just didn't
Mm.
know at the time. But I was like, God, that'd be so cool to do a queer prom, but also it's just showing that the youth is becoming the youth. Oh God, I aged myself. That the younger like generation and like people younger than me are becoming more and more confident within their like sexuality in like public like school, which is
Mhm.
amazing and so cool.
Yeah, I very gratefully, I had like one random, and I don't necessarily fully understand how it even happened, but I went to a queer prom. I still don't fully like remember like who organized it or like how I even got invited to it, but you know, I was a rebellious teenager in the way of society, but only when it came to being queer. I was such a goody goody by the book little angel, but I had a girlfriend in grade 12 and she was also pretty like punk rock, like screw what you think, we're gay. So we were very openly, outwardly queer. And that was like, that shook the high school kind of vibe, like pretty hard. And it was a really wild time. But yeah, we went to like, you know, queer prom together, and then we went to actual prom together as well, which was really nice. But I know that's definitely back then was not the norm. But I definitely, yeah, I was punk rock only in an anti-homophobia way.
You're still punk rock though,
Thank
let's be
you.
honest.
Thank you. I'll accept it, you know. Oh my God. Also, Atmos, thank you for the raid. Welcome
Yeah,
on in,
Atmos,
friends.
thank you.
Welcome to Perfectly Queer. Hello. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Welcome to our beautiful first episode of season 2 and our first episode
so
hosting.
exciting.
Wonderful,
Well,
wonderful.
since we were talking about like what we did for Pride Month and stuff, so
Yes.
It Gets Better Project held its 4th annual It Gets Better Project, or sorry, It Gets Better Digital Pride Experience, a series of Pride streams on Twitch and TikTok for queer youth who may have not been able to celebrate Pride in person. They streamed it every Thursday in June around like 6 p.m. EST as a part of their Digital Pride experience. And we do have a couple of clips to like show it off. But also,
Yeah.
that's just so cool. It Gets
I
Better
love it.
Project is just killing it constantly.
It's so wonderful. I just love being able to put, you know, queer creators on, like, give them a platform and be able to celebrate that stuff. I love it. I love it so much. It's so freaking cute. So
That is how you uplift creators, like queer creators,
yes,
correctly. Twitch, take note.
beauty. All right, we have our first clip.
Mhm.
Let us go right into it, right? Now.
I explored my personal identity through the vehicle of my FFXIV character, unaffected by the IRL worries that plagued me and prevented me from doing so before, like physical appearance, voice, and presenting to other people, and the potential consequences of presenting as LGBT IRL, the good and the bad. But I was so scared of that, and 14 gave me the vehicle to explore that without those worries, because majority of the time I was in this game and I didn't have to care. I could just be myself, whatever that meant in the moment. Even labels didn't matter. And it started creeping outside the game too. At this time, I was meeting new people. I was joining new raid groups, playing the game, trying to get better and better and better. And I'd meet a new group with a new name and new pronouns. And because they interacted mostly with my in-game self, I had no worries or qualms about doing so.
I love that.
Oh, that's so good. I always say like the internet is a perfect place to just experiment with yourself
Yes.
or experiment with your identity. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people will be like, you know what, today I'm using she, they pronouns and I'm testing that out like in my chat. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
same.
yeah,
I love it.
Test it out.
Yeah, one of my favorite things that I like to do is like, if you're testing out like a new name or anything, is like, let me know. I will set it as like your nickname. So like I can't forget because it's staring me in the face, and it's like I will just call you that. And if you don't like it or don't vibe with it, tell me and I will change it or whatever. And like there's some people that like have gone through a few different names just to try them out and then landed on one, and we're like, hell yeah, let's go. We're doing the journey. And it's literally not a big deal. It's quite literally so easy to just support that journey as like people who aren't on it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and
I I was gonna say, I think that's a testament to also like the type of space that you created, Ashley. Like people feel comfortable enough to, come out in your chat or
Mhm.
comfortable enough to say like, hi, I want to use these pronouns, or hi, this is I just came out as so and so, or this is my new name that I'm going by. It's just really cool that spaces like this exist on
Yes,
Twitch, like
and
spaces
you
like yours, like
too.
mine. Yeah, thank you. I
Oh
appreciate it.
my
I was
gosh,
gonna
of course. I
I was
feel
gonna say
like
with my sorry, no, you go first.
I was gonna say, I think I was very small. So it's just basically, I think we just have a lot of similar vibes in regards to like the queer acceptance of our spaces, I guess.
We're both punk rock, yeah.
Yeah, we're both punk rock. That's what we're gonna call it now.
We're just punk rock.
We're just punk rock. Sorry,
If you don't
continue.
get it, you don't get it.
That's
How
true. If
about
you know, you
that?
know.
But I was gonna say, I felt really comfortable with my Twitch community. I actually came out as a romantic to them.
Oh, hell yeah.
The first person I told was my partner, and then the second person I told was all of chat. And I
To
was
my
like,
partner, and then the
hi.
internet.
I feel comfortable enough because I know how we've cultivated this space together, and I feel comfortable
Yeah.
enough telling you this. I am also a romantic along with bisexual, so I'm arobi. That's what I think I
Aerobe.
called it.
Is that
So
a
yeah, like
brand?
it might be. I don't know. The internet says it's Biero is the name of it, or the combination, but I feel like it could be anything you want it to
It could be
be.
anything you want it to be, but Biero just makes my mouth feel really big just thinking about it, you know? Just like you like
Yeah.
there's just a lot of vowel sounds. But it's a vibe. Ryobi is a vacuum, thank you.
Oh.
Thank
well.
you. I was like, that sounds so similar to something.
Well,
Got you. I
but
love vacuums, so of course I remembered that.
I've been going on Tumblr too, by the way. And for some odd reason, I think Tumblr just knows I'm aromantic as well. And I've been getting a bunch of just comics of like aromantic artists just explaining their experience. And it's just been so validating recently. Where I'm like, this is how I feel. Oh my God. You put it into words in a visual graphic to explain how I feel. That's so amazing.
This is such a testament to the power of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Just having like access to the internet in these spaces and people putting out that content, just so you know, like, God, you never stop learning, and that means
never stop learning
about yourself too. And so like seeing that kind of stuff, you're like, wait a minute, I never had a word for that, and now I do. And it's just nice to think about that, like be like, oh hey, okay, cool, yeah, we have a shared experience, and it's like I will learn maybe more about myself from like other people's, and just being able to share that stuff is really cool. Makes me very, very happy.
Don't give yourself a deadline on learning about yourself either, because I know some people have been like, I'm 50 and I just found out I was bisexual, or I'm 62 and just found out that I'm demisexual and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean you're late to the game. You are doing your journey how you are doing your journey. You're the the narrator for your story. So
absolutely, there's literally, you can never be too old to learn about yourself. And it's like, especially like people who are older, it's like our experiences of we've never seen that, but like worse, right? Like I feel like the pendulum of being able to like see representation of queer people is just swinging so much. So like as like time has gone on, you see so much more, but like back then it not only was it not, you know, represented, but it also really wasn't accepted. Like we are definitely, obviously there's still a like homophobia, transphobia, all that stuff in the world, but I feel like it's definitely better in some places now than it used to be. And so a lot of people like may have like buried that to like, you know, seeing how other people react to queer things, then just like buried that part of themselves, and it only came out when they're like 50, 60 years old, being like, you know what? I have known this for a long time and have been ignoring it, and just like live your life. Things happen.
Live your life.
Live your life.
Don't live in someone else's life. Live your own life.
Absolutely.
That's important.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Oh my husband. Oh my God. He's since fully come out after living his best joyful gay life in his 70s, and he has a boyfriend. I love that.
Wait, that's so cute, and I like want to write a story about it.
Let's go. I love that. Also, I wish I still use Tumblr regularly. Sorry, I just like went up the chat a little bit.
You can still get back into it, Ashley.
I've
I'm back
tried.
into my Tumblr
However,
era.
look, it's the first episode of Perfectly Queer season 2, and I am coming out of somebody who used to be a super hulock on Tumblr, and I don't know how to use
I'll see you
Tumblr.
later.
I don't know how to use Tumblr in a non-fandom way, because that's all I've ever known.
Telling me you're a Homestuck kid. Like what? No, I'm out.
I wasn't a Homestuck kid. What do you mean, Blizz? What? No? Huh? What's Homestuck? I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Wow, I can't believe you're reading me so quickly. That's cool. But look, okay.
It's a look. I love it. I used to back in the day when I first made Tumblr, it was mostly for like me posting my own poetry, which was
fun.
This was before I was queer, and then I recently found this blog again.
Oh no!
And I'm reading through the poems. And I'm like, gay.
Yeah, it's like the closet was glass. The closet was glass.
It was like, oh, you really thought no one knew, huh? Oh, buddy. But it's been like a fun experience since.
Yeah. Look,
reconnecting with like nostalgia.
Yeah, that's so nice. I love that. I don't have anything like super personal to go back to. I just have like a ton of Supernatural and Doctor Who gifts. Like so many. Which, if you look through some of my posts, I'm like, oh, you're so bi. Which I think when I was heavily using Tumblr, I knew anyways, but it's just like, okay, damn.
You just know. I mean, I will say there is a Resident Evil community on Tumblr. There's some Pyramid Head stuff, safe for work and not safe for work. So
yeah, I gotta go find that. I gotta go find the Silent Hill girlies on Tumblr. Show off my tattoos. No big deal. Be fun.
I recently fell into this show called Nimona. I recently fell into that because it's like very queer.
Nice.
Heavy. And I just am a fandom a part of it. It's gay. It's fighting.
And I'm telling you, it's like a trap. It's the easiest trap to fall into with Tumblr. It's just like, oh yeah, all right, I'm just posting my poetry. I'm just living. There's a show that I like. And now my blog is about that show.
For about like a week, and then I'll move on to the next one, and then we're fine.
Yeah, and then you just then eventually you're, 16 years old and you have a page full of tags of all the shows that you reblog. Universal experience, right?
Yeah, that seemed very personal on your end too. So like, same.
Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Hello. Sorry, I just thought of a beautiful segue from your poetry to an author for our second clip. Hello.
Okay.
Writers, we have another beautiful clip from Maya Kubabi, who is an author of one of the most banned books, Gender Queer, talking about some of her experiences and vibes and all that good stuff. So let's jump right into that. That will be number 3 right now.
You are the expert on your own identity. And even if other people are saying things about who you are, or not maybe listening to what you're trying to tell them about who you are, maybe not respecting your pronouns, it doesn't change who you are inside. Like, you know yourself, and you get to choose how you want to present and how you want to be and move and act through the world, even if it's not right in this moment, which is of course the message of the It Gets Better project. Like, you might not be able to do it right now, but I promise in the future, like, you'll be able to move closer and closer to that true, authentic presentation of yourself, and you will find community around it. And I know for me, like, publishing a book talking about gender has led me to meet such a wide community of people who I can relate to, readers, writers, fellow authors, who say, I've really been thinking about this too. I've been questioning this as well. This really mirrors my experience. And I promise that you will also find that as you step into yourself.
True. Oh my God. It's coming full circle to what we were just talking about seeing other people's experiences written out like on Tumblr and finding more about yourself. Yes. Oh, wait, I love how full circle we're.
I have a question to make sure that I'm reading this right.
Yeah.
This is an author of one of the most banned books.
Yes, one of the most banned books.
That's metal. That's punk rock. That is pretty
rock.
punk rock.
Let's go.
That's why I was like, wait, banned books? Oh my God. That makes me want to read it more. I'll be honest.
Yeah, look, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Okay. Now I'm going to read that book even more. Thanks.
Society said I couldn't be queer, and look, I did it anyway.
Yeah,
So
well,
I'm going to read this book now.
Now we're queer and just extra punk rock about it. So, but gosh, no, I love that. I love that, obviously the book was attempted to be suppressed a lot. It's one of the most banned books because, of course, they don't understand, so they are scared, and then they just are like, well, ban it, instead of, having critical thinking skills.
I really do wish that I feel like we're slowly getting there, but I wish that we lived in a majority of a society where people weren't afraid to continue educating themselves on topics that are different. I know, like, recently I watched a TikTok about this one girl who was on a college campus and in an elevator, and 3 drag queens walk into the elevator during Pride, and she's like, whoa, I didn't come to college to learn about drag queens or anything like that. And I'm like, the point of college is for you to learn perspectives other than your own, and this is a part of a perspective learning or a perspective that's different than your own. So it's just very weird how people are just so shut off or ready to like shut off learning more about something even if it doesn't pertain to them. But
I don't know why, with like how you brought the story up, it makes sense that it was going in a not cool direction, but I was so hopeful that it was going to be a wholesome, like, I've never seen a drag queen before, and I was so excited, but no, it hurt my feelings.
No, I mean, hey, there was a time I've never seen a drag queen before, and then once I saw one performance of a drag queen performing Ain't It Fun during like a drag brunch, I was like, this was for me.
That was tailored for you specifically. They're like, the universe said, this is Blizz's first drag queen experience. There you are.
We're going to play Paramore. And I go, oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. You got me. I was already in, but you got me.
Yes. Oh my God. Theme of this episode is never stop learning, for sure.
Never stop learning.
Never stop.
I will say also with that brunch drag show, they gave you like mimosas, but you could get like rainbow sprinkles in it. And it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense, but it heightened the experience.
Yes. Look, it does not matter how muddy those sprinkles get. I will enjoy every second of it.
I deserved it. it.
Exactly. My God, I remember I went away for my birthday weekend at the beginning of the year, and we didn't realize it, but like the main like Saturday that we were there was a big drag show for most of like the like morning afternoon, and so like it was incredible performances that we could like watch, and then there's just like just dressed to the nines, absolutely glammed up drag queens walking all over the lobby of the hotel, and it was just, the energy was so good, everyone was so excited, everybody was so hyped, so like hyping each other up, being really like, like a happy, joyous, and it was just like the energy at a drag show is so nice.
How can you hate that energy though? Like that's the tea, because it's like, this is just a good moment. Is everyone like empowering themselves in the process of like watching a show or just interacting with other people, other queer people that they could relate to? Like, how could you hate on that? I'm so confused.
I don't understand. I feel like it's like the not understanding and refusing to understand, like the people who've cut themselves off from learning, which it feels like in like a weird, like twisted way, I feel like it's almost like a prideful thing for some people. Like outwardly, I feel like, obviously not all of them, but I feel like there's got to be some like politicians who privately understand a lot more queer stuff, drag queens and stuff, but publicly can't say that because it's like, oh, they've publicly been on this side with this mindset for so long, or have to like associate with these people or whatever. And it's just like, they're too prideful to admit that they've changed their mind. And it's just like horrendous for the world at large because it's cowardly. And it's just sad. And
it's sad and cowardly. I think that's just the tea on that. I will say for the Paramore concert too, first and foremost, it was heavily queer. I'm gonna say that. I know that for a fact. But Hayley Williams actually came out on stage with a shirt that said "Abort the Supreme Court" while she sung "Misery Business," and I was like, "This is that
energy literally gave me goosebumps." I was like, "Ooh."
I was like, me crying in the crowd, because you gotta cry at a Paramore concert. It's just gonna happen. That was my high school experience.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's really cool to see musical artists, or just artists in general, stand up to the wrongdoings happening in our justice system, or happening just in our society as a whole. I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you, Mother Haley Williams.
Can we
Huge
book
fan.
Paramore on the
If you do, me and Ashley need to be
we will
interviewing.
need months notice. I will melt.
Yes. I will take off for an entire week just to be here.
Yeah, because I will be in ADHD stasis. I will be terrified.
I was gonna say, I literally was gonna be like, I'll be in ADHD paralysis until this moment.
I'll just be sitting here like this at my desk for a week. I'm like, all right.
Processing.
True though. Oh man.
Oh God. Oh, well, also, this is actually a good segue as well. So the It Gets Better project chatted with some queer voice actors in the gaming industry, as well as singer-songwriter MXM Tune, where I don't know if y'all know the song Prom Dress. It's like a very popular song by Maya. I'm sitting there, standing in my prom dress. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, okay. Where they discussed coming out.
I love it, and I am ready. Okay. Wait, is this correct? Yes, should be 3, 2, 1.
Someone said that you're not coming out, you're letting people in, and I think that that's a really important way to look at it. And like, I remind myself of that constantly, because it always felt like I needed
love
to,
that
like,
cardigan.
it was this big weight on me to like tell people, like, you know, oh yeah, by the way, da 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 da. But you never owe anybody an explanation unless you feel ready to give it. You don't owe anybody any sort of, you know, answer. Like,
True.
just exist, and that's enough, and that's totally fine.
True.
So that's my nugget of wisdom. Yeah.
I love that. I love it so much.
I love it so much, and I literally have so much to say about this. I have so much to say about not owing anybody your identity, because personally for me, I don't really like to label myself too much. Like, I'm bisexual. That's kind of the only label I give myself, because like in regards to gender or anything, like I don't like a label. I literally like to say I identify as a woman, but sometimes I'm just a little guy.
Sometimes you're just a little guy on your first day, Ashley. It's your first day.
That's literally like, that is the way I describe myself. I'm like, yes, I am comfortable identifying as a woman. I'm comfortable with she, her pronouns, but sometimes I am just a little guy. And it's just like, whatever. And I don't really mind too much she, her, they, them. I don't feel pressured to like use either one more. I don't feel weird about either one, really. I just vibe. And I feel like, I think when you get to like a certain point of like fame and stuff, people think that they are owed you coming out, or owed like your identity. And it's just like, you're not really entitled to a celebrity's life because they're a celebrity, right? Like, would you go up to someone in the street and demand to know who they find sexually attractive? No, you would not do that. So
it's like forcing someone to come out. That's not good.
Forcing someone to come out is so traumatic.
Yeah.
Like, there are some like actors who have been like forced to come out, and like was heavily traumatizing, and they like stepped away from acting because they felt like they didn't like, you know, all the scrutiny and stuff, and just constant, like, people get flamed into coming out sometimes.
I think that happened with one of the main actors in Heartstopper, I think Kit O'Connor, because they've pictures of him going on a date with a girl. Everyone was like, I thought you were this. He's like, I haven't come out, but since y'all are like bullying me on the internet, by the way, I'm bisexual. So I guess that's the situation now. So I'm like, that sucks. Like, you took someone else's story, or like you tried to narrate someone else's story and forced them to narrate their journey. And that's just so unfair.
Yeah, it's a lot of people like inserting themselves and coming up with their own narratives and stories for other people, which is a whole parasocial package that we don't have time to unpack right now. But there's just a lot of strange stuff. And it does make me kind of sad that, like, you know, like when I said, there's pressure to come out, and it's like pressure to do this big thing of like, hey, I'm gay, I'm bi, I'm whatever, which for some reason I am completely blanking on the name right now, but the lead singer of, oh my god, I'm blanking on the band name as well, help me. Why?
But if you tell me the band name, or if you tell me anything, I got you.
They're amazing, and
okay.
The lead singer sounds exactly like Robert Plant. They sound like Led Zeppelin. Help me. They have very Led Zeppelin sound.
Who are you talking about?
Chat, I know you got me. I have a beautiful coming out story from the lead singer. Help me, chat. I trust in you, besties. Greta Van Fleet, thank you.
Oh, Greta Van Fleet. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's so fair. Yes. That's a good description.
Because when the lead singer, Absolute Angel, came out, he came out, but then if you scrolled back on his Instagram, he was slowly over the last year making a rainbow on his Instagram and then came out at the end of it. And it is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was just all of his pictures were like red and then orange, yellow, green, blue, and then it was him coming out. And it was like, Plant, it had to. Because if he accidentally made a rainbow over the past year, nutty. But it looked like it was fully like...
That is iconic.
So iconic. I freaked out. It was so good. Like, literally describing it gave me goosebumps. I was so impressive. Please go look.
That is so, like, literally, that is so powerful. As I'm typing this in, this is so powerful.
It's so wonderful.
Oh my god. I will, like, to go back to the video of what Maya was saying.
Oh, I heard a little toot.
There's a train.
Yeah, I was like, is that a train?
All aboard, I guess.
Beautiful. Let's go.
All aboard, everyone. But to go back to what Maya was saying, was seeing this as not coming out but letting people in to your life and like what you are dealing with, that, or what who you are, your identity and everything. I love that way of, like, that mindset, that perspective. Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, coming out's like super weird sometimes because you're constantly coming out. I mean, I am known as someone who is bisexual and like aromantic, but like I could talk with a complete stranger on the subway or on the train and randomly just be like, oh, by the way, like, I'm bisexual, if, like, just so you know, type of situation. That's me coming out again to someone who, like,
it happens all the time.
It happens all the time. You will constantly find yourself coming out constantly if you want to come out.
Yeah,
it's completely up to you.
You know, that just made me really hardcore, like, get into the letting people in thing, because, like, first off, coming out implies that you're, like, closing yourself off, which is just, you know, I feel like if you're comfortable, you will let people into your life and what you feel. And I feel like I don't think queerness should. It's now. Oh, I'm getting real deep. My brain.
Get deep.
It feels like the term coming out almost seems like you're trying to force, like, your queerness into, like, a box. And it's like, I just don't think you should have to do that, for one. And also for two, because you have to continuously come out all the time, you can just be you and then let people into that part of your life, because boundaries and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't.
That was perfect. I'm putting that in the poem later. I'll credit you.
You're gonna go back into your Tumblr poetry days. I cannot believe. I feel like I just had a mental breakthrough.
No, like, literally, that is the tea with coming out and like being in the closet and stuff like that. It's constraining your sexuality and your identity within a box. And honestly, open up the box. Just open up the box.
Just
live however you want to live. Exist. Just breathe. Just breathe. I remember coming out to my sister. My sister was actually the first person I came out to, like, in my family. And when I told her, she literally went, wow, I could visibly see a weight lifted off your shoulder right now. And I go, oh, okay. I'm going to go to Books A Million now and go read a book. But, like, okay. I literally told her right before I was leaving to go read a book at a bookstore. Which is the best way of doing it.
Incredible. But, oh my God. It's true, though. Because, like, going back to how much now I hate the term, like, coming out, it's just like, yeah, when you have to, like, come out, it feels like it puts so much weight on things. I would love to live in a world where, like, there isn't, like, a default setting that you're expected to be, that if you deviate from it, it's a big deal. Because the thought of having a default setting of a human being is so strange. Like, there's like, even like visually differences between people. Like, I have curly hair. I could be standing beside someone with straight hair. There is no default setting for like hair textures, like, you know, skin tones, anything. There's a wide variety in everybody. And I don't think, you know, mentally, sexually, anything, there should be a default setting. It's just like, yeah, this is like who I am and what I do, and there you go. And then it's okay. And
You press a button and you just like factory reset. That's where my mind went. It was like, yeah, default setting. It was just factory resetting here and there.
Incredible.
I would say, yeah, like in terms of coming out though, like my sister was the first one, and then I actually came out to my parents twice because I don't think they understood it the first time. And I went back in my presentation notes because I did not have a presentation, but like I remember what I said, and I was like, how did you not get what I said?
Yeah.
And we tried it again, and like now we're at a understanding of what it is, but it was a wild time.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that, like the blockers were put up of like, yeah, sure, okay, and then not like refusing to like accept it into your brain kind of thing, which is sure something. I feel like I went through something kind of similar with my dad where he just was like blindsided. He said he was, but then also was like, yeah, no, I figured. And I think it was just like, it was one of those like, my dad was raised religious. Not a lot of queer people in his life, and it's like his like daughter, his only kid, was like, oh, suddenly a queer person, and I think he just like had to deal with that, which we're fine now, of course. And he's very, oh my god, I just want to like, it's literally the bare minimum, but one thing happened with my dad where I don't talk to him about a lot of queer issues just because like I have a fear. But recently we're talking about a trans woman, and when he brought her up, he was using the wrong pronouns, and I corrected him, and he immediately was like, oh, so sorry, I kind of knew, I didn't know which pronouns they really use, and then completely immediately started saying she, her, and I'm like, and I felt like it like healed trauma in my whole body, and I'm like, oh my god, and it was amazing. And like, I feel bad for like thinking like that my dad wouldn't do, you know, like the bare minimum like that, but it was just something really nice because like, you know, when I came out, he had to go through a little, like some hurdles, but I think he's healed a lot of his, you know, phobias that he's had, and it just was very nice. And it's just,
I love that.
Yes, never stop learning and growing and being a better human being. Anyways, even thinking about it makes me cry because it's very sweet and it made me very happy. And it is the bare minimum. You should respect people's pronouns. But it was just like, damn, okay.
Yeah, no, especially coming from the background that we've come from, it's like, yeah, this is bare minimum, but like, it's really nice to hear. I mean, you know the story, but like my parents one day when they were making a dinner reservation, they were like, oh yeah, so I'll make a reservation for 4. And I go, okay, cool. Who's the 4th person? And they go, oh, your partner. And I go, oh, you've never included until this moment. What happened? We good? I was like, do we need to have a conversation or like, okay,
yeah.
we're good then. All right, I respect it.
Yeah, that's very lovely. And yeah, it's you know, it says a lot about the world when we have to celebrate the bare minimum a little bit, but we should celebrate the bare minimum a little bit sometimes if it's growth. We're celebrating growth. We're celebrating growth.
We're celebrating growth and joy. Growth and joy.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Speaking of joy though, we have a TikTok that is it gets better. Celebrating youth pride, which is wonderful. And there are wonderful murals that were designed by Sam Kirk, who with local queer landmarks in the background for New York, Los Angeles, and DC Pride. So LGBTQ community members could help each other paint each piece, and the finished murals were donated to a local LGBTQ center and a pride office in each city, which is the cutest thing in the world, and I love it. But it's got a banger. It's got a bot playing. So let's just look at it right now. This is so cute. The fact that like a bunch of queer youth can come together and paint this mural together. Look it.
Oh my God.
People like went off. It's incredible. Look at them. They're so fun. Get out of town.
That is so cool.
It's so cool. I love how, like, it's so funny how they're all different. They're all like different cities just had different vibes, and then they like donated them so there could be like something. I just love that they could have something from the town's like queer youth in like LGBTQ centers and like pride offices. So it's just like it's like a reminder of like, these are the people that we represent. These people like did this, and it makes me really happy.
It's so cool. I've never gone to an event like that before, but I think I'm gonna make it my like this year being that for me, especially since Austin does Pride Month in August too. I don't even know what to say if like it, because it happened in June, but everyone keeps talking about, oh yeah, so August, this queer stuff, we're doing Pride, and I'm like, okay. So it's still throwing me off.
It's definitely like interesting, because I know like a lot of like the World Pride stuff, everything is like in June, but I have heard of a few places that celebrate in August, and I don't really know why, but I have like a little sneaking suspicion that's because it's so hot in Texas in June to do things.
Oh my God, you're so smart.
Because like it's hot and scary down there, and it's just I feel like it's almost dangerous to go out and like party hardy in like the wildest heat, right? Maybe just like wait until things
we're like
cool
in
down.
the hundreds. Yeah.
It's spicy a little bit, so like I don't know if that's a reason. That's just my working theory, but I think it's wild. Oh my God. Also, first off, hi Lexi, in a second. October is Pride in Vegas, so TwitchCon will be during Vegas
TwitchCon
Pride.
will be during Vegas Pride.
The gayest TwitchCon. I love it.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Also, I want Pride in more than 1 month. I feel like we just have June, unless I am just missing something in Ontario somehow. But as far as I know, we only have just like 1 month that we do Pride stuff in.
I can say Montreal has something in August, but I don't know where that is in relation to
very
where you
north
are.
of me, but that's
okay.
okay.
Never mind.
It's like 8-ish hours north or something. 10, I don't remember. Somewhere
Canada is so big.
Oh yeah, I was literally just talking, crossing Ontario at its widest point is 10.5 hours. Its narrowest like across I think is like 6.5, and then in order to go from the bottom to the top and then across, it's almost an entire full day.
Oh,
it's big.
That's big. I mean, I'm still getting used to like Texas, because from
Texas
Maryland it takes like 3 hours to do the whole state.
Oh
yeah, and you're like, cool, I made it to the bottom of Maryland to the top of Maryland in like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, small, which is nice.
Yeah, that's just so wild. But yeah, I'm excited to like keep celebrating Pride, and honestly, chat, you can celebrate Pride literally every day,
every single day,
or if not, then celebrate Wrath. Same thing. It's
true. That's true. I have been calling this month Gay Wrath Month, and it has been fitting. I feel like it's been a spicy month. I've also just been stressed out. So I am moving in like 4 days. So
it's everything's gonna go amazing, and the move is gonna be fine. Yeah. Does everyone know that it's Gay Wrath? The reason I asked this, I went to a queer cafe near me. And they have like the rainbow, what are those little sandwiches called? Macaroons? Macarons?
Macarons, yeah.
Macarons. They have rainbow macarons, and like everyone who works there is basically queer. If not, they just have a cool sense of style. And rainbow hair color. But I go up to the cashier and I go, "Hey, happy Wrath." And they go, "What?" And I go, could I get like a gooey butter tart, please, and an iced chai with oat milk? Thank you.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know if someone came up and said Happy Wrath, I would put the pieces together right away. I would be like, what? But look, I feel like it's like Happy Gay Wrath. Yes.
Yeah, Happy Gay Wrath is what I should have said. I just went Happy Wrath.
It's like are we being wrathful right now? Oh my God, is there an uprising?
Immediately just embarrass myself and I go, okay, anyways, can I get a gooey butter tart, please?
I love
and
the
all
heel
this stuff.
turn. Okay, not received food.
That was immediate. Okay, yep. Sorry. Can I get a chai? But I kind of know the answer to this next question that I have, but Ashley, please let me know. What did you do last week? And then what are you looking forward to this next week?
What did I do last week? I packed a lot of my stuff. What am
That's
I
what I
looking
assumed.
forward to? Unpacking my stuff. I'm looking forward to getting into my house. I'm very excited. I am excited because I have discovered multiple things. First off, I get to actually decorate my house for like pride and stuff on the outside and put little flags up. And then I also realized that I can decorate this year for Halloween and put little Halloween decorations outside.
Yeah.
I can't
Happy
wait.
Halloween.
I can't wait.
It's
so soon.
That's so good. I mean, it's so soon. Do you already know what your costume is going to be for Halloween?
No, I really don't. I am like, my brain goes to decorations first. I am very strange where I have the urge to play like horror games and do spooky stuff so like all the time that when October comes, I'm like, we're going to play, I was going to say Farmville.
Stardew. We're going to play Farmville.
No, we're taking it back. We're playing Farmville. But it's just like, I even feel like I have such a hard time doing costumes. I think I might now because we just have a few more like local friends and we can have like, you know, I can have a little Halloween party, a little tiny one so I can actually dress up. But it's like we've never, like Max and I haven't dressed up for years because it's like we don't have anywhere to show off the costumes, really. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, Halloween costumes be expensive sometimes. So I want to be able to, you know, if I look good, I want to be seen.
That is fair. I don't even know like what I'm doing this year for Halloween. I think last year I did Green Lantern and something else. I might, honestly, I want to try Cyborg from Teen Titans so bad, but it's going to take a lot of work. And I think if I start now, it would be great.
Yeah. Oh my God. Crafting streams?
Crafting streams? Honestly, chat, if you have any idea of what I should dress up as for Halloween, please let me know. I will. Yeah. I did Tara from Teen Titans 2 years ago.
Ooh, fun.
And maybe I just keep doing Teen Titans.
Just do the whole cast. Oh my God. What you should do is have a picture of like your whole body, like doing a pose. And then at the end of your years doing Teen Titans, you should just collage them all together and be like, it's just like a group photo of them all.
I should do Starfire and dye my beard like Starfire's hair.
Like super
orange. And
that would be beautiful,
I could,
though.
A fire beard. That'd be so,
that would be
so good.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Also, I guess for the answer to my question.
Oh yeah, sorry. What are you doing? Sorry. Oh my God, you keep throwing stuff at me, and then my brain just word vomits, and then
no, you're so good.
I am neurodivergent, so I feel like I expect you to just answer, be like, yes, please, now you go, and I forget to ask you to go.
No, it's the thing is, like, I have the question like written on my screen because I'm neurodivergent too, so I'm just like, oh yes, this is exactly what we're doing. But yeah, what I did last week, I took our friend Beeps to Lori's drag show for the first time, and it was an amazing time. And what I did was I told my chat, because I streamed right before the drag show, I said, any money that you tip right now, I will tip to these to the drag queens. Like, if you give me whatever you give me, I will take that out from the ATM and I will 100% tip, and I will be a high tipper. I do not care. And there's like a video I have of like, for Lori, I'm tipping Lori a $20 bill, being like, here you go. Nice. This is from my Twitch chat just for you. But doing that I would say was probably the highlight of my week. And then I worked all this week, so not really much going on. I took a 6-hour nap yesterday.
You needed it?
And if anyone says it's not a nap, it is a nap. I took a 6-hour nap yesterday and I deserved it.
Yes.
And then what I have to look forward to, it's DreamCon in Austin right now, and a lot of like Black creators are getting together to create content and also just like network and exist together in a space, and I am
Yes,
going
good
to be
stuff.
participating in that. So I'm excited to meet some people, hang out with some pals, maybe grab some lunch here and there,
Yeah. Oh my
and create some
God.
content.
Right. I knew the dream comes happening because I know that Gabe is going to be in Austin.
I'm trying to take Gabe to a moonshine restaurant, so it'll be a great time.
Damn.
Um,
Okay.
and I'm trying to think of anything else happening. No, I hope in the future I can continue to take a break and rest and breathe
Yes.
for a second, and that's what
Please.
I look forward to.
I'll fist fight you with my bare hands.
But what, I guess more directly, what are you looking forward to with the show?
Oh my
How
gosh.
about that? Because we're at
So,
episode 1.
yeah, this is episode 1, and I already love it. I feel like I'm not surprised at how we went deep, because like when we were auditioning, we had a little we did a little chemistry test, and we immediately just went off on tangents, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna do this every episode.
Get ready for tangents on tangents on
Yeah,
tangents.
tangents. But I'm specifically looking forward to, honestly, this spreading queer joy, because like obviously we're gonna talk about some things that are not as positive, and it's like stuff that we gotta talk about things that are happening, like if bad bills are coming up or whatever. But
Yeah.
I really love just being able to showcase joy along with it, because like, God, you can see so many awful stories everywhere because the algorithm will push them to you. But like having a place and having a space to like see this and experience it together and share it and just, bask in the joy and the glory of how lovely it is something that I'm the most excited for. But how about you?
Just to highlight something in chat, Cappy said queer joy emote, please. And I'm like, please, hold on. would love that.
Yes.
Would love that.
Oh my God.
But I'm honestly looking forward to having more conversations with you and going on tangents, because I feel like I'm learning a lot about you as well. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting Ashley lore. Okay,
Yes,
let's
lore
go to lore books. But then also I'm excited to learn along with chat a lot of things that are just happening in the world, because sometimes I try to remove myself from the internet here and there, and I miss a couple of things, and that's okay.
Yes.
So I'm happy to, kind of refresh my queer history, refresh my queer politics, queer everything with the show. And hopefully, maybe put some new perspectives in someone's, mind that might be new to the channel or something like that. Or introducing some people who are in the chat to other queer creators, other queer artists that you might not know about, that both Ashley and I are obsessed over.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah, I want to say that's about it for me. Also,
Yeah.
Mike Kenway, thank you so much for the sub, and also thank you so much for the shirt I'm currently wearing right now. Ghost Boy, a huge fan
Let's
of
go.
it. And yeah, I think that, I'm just very happy for this show, that the show exists, and that I got to co-host with Ashley.
Heck yeah. Oh my
Looking
God, it's
forward
been
to
so
the future
fun.
of it.
It's gonna be great. I'm so excited for all of our episodes. Oh, what a wonderful first episode. We kind of crushed it. I'll say it.
We kind of crushed it. We kind of crushed it, chat.
Maybe a
One in
little bit.
chat if we crushed it.
Yeah.
2,
one
and
in
I'm
chat.
banning you. I'm not a mod here yet, but give me time. I will be.
Yeah, we'll get swords.
We'll get swords.
Swords.
You're not ready for it.
What?
Oh, can I show you something cute? I don't know if you've seen it.
Absolutely. Please show.
Okay, this is one of my little emotes that someone crocheted, and it's a little me with the horns, with the horns and the headphones.
Oh,
and it's the cutest thing, and I get super excited about it. I have him next to me because he's just a little me. It's a little guy.
Just a little guy. Oh,
and
I
it's
love.
His first day.
That's the cutest thing ever. It's literally so perfect, because literally you showed it and I'm like, I can just see the emote.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It is my wiggle. It is my wiggle.
It is your wiggle.
Cute. It was fan made, and they showed me in person, and I showed the artist of the emote during lunch. It was Cozy Brogy, and we had lunch with Crispy and Cheebs as well. And Cozy started crying at the lunch table, and then I started crying because I was like, "Stop crying, because I'll cry." And then that just was an amazing moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's so precious. That's so lovely. What a beautiful, wholesome note to end on. Hello, my heart.
Yeah, Beautiful, wholesome notes. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to our first episode. If you like it, definitely come check us out in 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks. That's when the next show would be.
Yep.
And we'll have some more topics, maybe some questions that we can answer from you all.
Yeah.
And just more like things to talk about, honestly.
Yeah, follow the channel. Come back another time. Also follow the channel and consume the other wonderful queer content on here as well, because there is not just us, there is a wealth of creators to discover, content to consume, wonderful people that will be streaming on this channel. So do that. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself a gift of good queer content, because we all need more of that in our lives.
I agree.
All right. Well, everybody, hope you have a beautiful rest of your Thursday, time zone, whatever the heck. And we will, see y'all. Oh my gosh, August 10th.
Oh, I guess also if you like Ashley or
we can also talk about ourselves.
I was like, wait, hold on. There's something that we have to do. I'm Blizz. You can follow me in the title. Just click the name and follow me there.
There you go. Yeah, we're in the title. We're in the guest star. There's clickable links. Do that.
We do stuff here.
I'm Ashley Roboto. I stream 4 days a week. You stream
3 days a week? 3 days a week.
Yes. There we go. I'm like, you stream 3 or 4. I don't remember which number. But
this outro is amazing.
It is. It's perfectly chaotic, just as we are. But yes,
this is the energy of the show moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's a good vibes. It's a good
Ashley,
vibe.
send us out of here.
Yeah, all right. Bye. Have a beautiful day. We're just gonna keep talking. So bye.